What's up, everyone? All right, so today is day 5 of my small account challenge and another green day. One trade, one entry, one exit, a lower price stock, and the setup I traded today was the break of a whole dollar. I'll break it down in the recap in more detail. In case you didn't already know, day trading is risky. Most traders lose money, and my results are not typical. You should assume as a beginner trader that you will lose money, and with that assumption in mind, trade in the simulator before you put real money on the line. So in my small account, I did one trade a day. One trade a day, it's a small account way. One trade, one entry, one exit, got green. In my big account, the first trade I took was a little risky. It was a little aggressive, and I went red. The second trade, I got aggressive, trying to make back the initial loss. I did make back half of it. And then the third trade, I got aggressive, hoping that I would get myself through the red and into the green. Ended up going way down into the red and hitting my daily max loss in the big account. Reminding me that one trade a day is so important, especially in a choppy market. And today was choppy. So I'm green in the small account today. On the one stock I traded, I didn't trade that stock in my main account, but I'm red in my main account. You could watch the main account recap separately if you're interested. But in any case, today was a tricky day. So as I come in tomorrow, I'm gonna be thinking about the fact that while I was green in the small account today, it was choppy overall, and the stock I traded didn't hold up super well, and that I better be a little more cautious tomorrow as I'm looking for that first trade and make sure it really looks solid. All right, I'm gonna break down the recap. I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 6. What's up, everyone? All right, so I'm gonna break down my one trade today on AEHR. It was our 4th leading gapper, gapping up 45% with a 20 million share float and currently over 37 million shares of volume. This is the stock right here, AEHR. So my trade on it was a trade at the open, and you know, it ended up being a pretty nasty false breakout. But what I was looking for was the breakthrough 5. Ideally, a breakthrough a half dollar, a whole dollar, gives us a bit of a bigger move than this. Typically, what I look for is volume increasing as we approach half dollars and whole dollars. And so in this particular case, my entry was at 495 right here. So I'm in at 495. And then as it breaks through that level, I take profit on the break. On this one, there was a big seller at 5, I don't know, maybe like 50 or 70,000 shares, and it tapped it, it pulled back, and then when it broke through it, I wanted to sell because I just wasn't sure it was gonna be able to hold over that level with that big seller that had been there. I just didn't know if it was gonna hold, and in fact, it did not. It broke, hit 508, and then came back down. So my exit was pretty good. Usually with this setup, I'd like to see it break over 5, and I'm usually thinking if it can break, well, the whole dollar, whatever the dollar is, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, doesn't matter. I like to see it break the whole dollar, and if it can break through that dime, so in this case, 5.10, that shows me some confidence that it's breaking through the level. Then often they come back down, they retest that level, and if they hold above it or dip below it but get right back above it, then the next break through that previous high of 5.10, 5.12, whatever it is where I would look to either add to the position or add back if I took profit during the initial break. On this one, in this particular instance, we got the break, it came back, retested, and flushed back down, and it hasn't gotten above 5. So this was our 4th leading gapper. Our 2nd leading gapper, NRXP, also was weak at the open and weak pre-market. CYTK was not strong. So generally, we haven't had really good follow through today. I see this MTSL hitting the scanner. You know, it's kind of this surprise momentum. I don't see news on it. It's got a couple big red candles on the daily chart. You know, this stuff like this is hard to trust. And in the small account at this time of day, there's no way I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to keep trading. So, you know, it is what it is. I took my one trade, and it's a small winner, but it's green. I think the biggest winner I've had since I started this challenge was actually like on day 1 or 2 when I was up $600. The last couple days, the last 2 days have been smaller in the gains, but they're still significant. I mean, they're still significant in the fact that, hey, $100 a day is great. And the account this morning had a starting balance of approximately $5,726. So given the fact that, I've got a pretty small account and I'm not using any leverage, making 100 or 200 a day would be phenomenal. So, I'm grinding on these numbers right now. I have the benefit that each one of these days helps grow the account, so it's getting a little bigger, and then, eventually when we start seeing some really nice follow through and some really clean action, by that point, 10 days like this, my account's going to be bigger, and then I can take a bigger position on that day when the market's really hot. So these days are important, and it's much, much better to be up $100 than, down 100 or down 50 or whatever it is. So slow and steady progress. One trade a day is the small account way. So one trade, entry, exit, that's it. Keep it simple. We'll be up about $100, a little over 100 after fees and commissions. So that's it for me. That's day 5 in the books. I'll be back at it tomorrow for day 6. And what I would hope tomorrow is that we have a better gap scan where one of these gappers is really clean, has great catalyst, and is moving quickly. And just like that, it's going to change the tide of momentum. But when we just don't have great gappers and we don't have great news that comes out pre-market, it's not much we can do. So made the best of today. Could have just as easily not taken any trades, and that would have been okay too. But the break of the whole dollar was the setup I took. So got green, and that's it for me. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow.
And that right there was an entire video with no ads. I don't monetize my YouTube channel with video ads, which means you guys get to enjoy the content. But do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that this channel is the channel to watch if you want to learn about day trading.